Hey, what's up, guys? Just a late night video. I've been thinking today. I stumbled on something I think you guys are gonna like. It's the subject of vision. Okay, what is vision? Like, what am I talking about when I talk about vision? I'm talking about you think about an idea in your head, and it creates a cascade of thoughts and images about this idea, and how people, I believe, usually deal with these thoughts, and recording those or illustrating their thoughts about something. They use a whiteboard. Whiteboard is the classic form to make the classic brainstorm diagrams. I mean, that is an excellent way to pursue an idea and categorize the whole picture of what that thing is. But there is a better way. There's a better way. I stumbled onto this software. It's called Novamind Mind Mapping, and it does cost money, but you can get a light version. So essentially it is free. You can have up to 25 topics on a page. So here's what one looks like. Right here. Can you see this? There we go. Okay. You can see the main premise, and then offshoots off in that, and then offshoots off in the offshoots. You can create a picture of activity. A picture of activity. The problem with a whiteboard is you write it all out, and then what? Take a picture, save it for later. I mean, you're going to wipe it off and redo it. But with this software, what you can do is save a mind map file and put in your subject, start your subject, and just like Microsoft Excel, you can create additional panes for additional subjects. You might make a mind map and isolate one part of that, make a map on that. You can break information down in your understanding of it. You might get to a point where the information is leading you in a certain direction, so it's like, okay, I have to go research this now. I'm going to find the answer, and I'm going to complete the map. That's how you gain vision and perspective on things. You obtain the information, analyze the information, and understand it. You have things that are a lot more fundamental to understand out there than we're able to keep hold of, because there's so many things going on in our mind all the time. What if you could illustrate your belief in a certain area? I mean, that's got some value. And I was mind mapping today. I was thinking about the Rock Solid brand. What are the main focal points when it comes to making more money? I know that my main hustle is always going to be that. It's going to be construction, earthwork, excavators, bulldozers, all that stuff. That's me. That's my main hustle. That'll always pay me well. A business I can be involved in. That is me. But we gotta have the side hustles. That's the only way we're gonna get ahead. Only way we're gonna get ahead. So when it comes to the business side of mind mapping, not the fundamental part of who you are, we can use it in the business sense to start breaking down industries, breaking down costs, breaking down potential income, breaking apart ideas, and so that we can focus on certain areas. Very important in business. I mean, you're looking at the health of the company, and you want to say, hey, this one area right here is a problem. We could fix this right here. You need to be able to analyze the information. And mind mapping, I mean, just think of the effect it's going to have on you when you use this on a regular basis. You're going to train your brain to navigate through these things. So, unless you have one of the best memories out there, some people are like that, that's not me. My memory is garbage. I'm always thinking, I'm always grinding in my brain, figuring things out, researching, investing in my knowledge, constantly, always playing the game. But besides the main hustle, you got to have a side hustle. And I've focused on, what is the bigger part besides the business of earthwork in Rock Solid Development, and it's going to be, real estate. Definitely real estate, income producing properties, commercial rentals, but primarily multifamily housing, looking at areas on the side for tiny houses, Airbnb. That's definitely going to provide a concrete value of something. So, if something happened to the economy, would housing values drop? Yes. But unless it's over, unless everything is over, you're still going to have that structure. You still own it. And when the market comes back, it's a pretty good thing to have and hang on to. That thing, could there be a housing market drop? Yep. Then what happened after the housing market drop? It came back. Yeah, you'd get stuck holding for a while, but you need to play a long game. But what we're struggling with is we need a lot of capital to get into the housing game. Housing game's big. Where I live, rentals are in demand. People want to rent. They want a simpler way to live. I think smaller square footage, high end in the right places, like tile, walk in, tile, sit down, shower, something significant in there. But compress everything down. You need to make them a good outside yard, and you can keep the structure small. You can keep the heating costs low. Utilities in general are going to be low for that place. So it's a good investment. You need to come up with buying the tract of land and make sure it fits your local zoning ordinances, and knowing contractors, all the ones that I know, concrete work, dirt, digging, builders, plumbers, electricians, the tradesmen, dying breed. There's money to be had in that arena. There's got to be a leader. There's got to be someone in there saying, hey, I'll teach you how to do this. I will master this thing right here, and I will teach you to do it and give you a career, man. Like solid income. Get the income. Then what? You need to be an investor. If you have not read, and this is like fundamental. Like I bought this book probably 10 years ago. This one right here. Can we get a shot of this thing? Over. Richest Man in Babylon. It's not a big book. You read this on a Sunday afternoon. I read books. I have tons of books. I'm always trying to better my intellectual understanding of the world that we live in today. So when it came to, I always wanted to have money. This is a fundamental book, simple book, just about investing is the key to all of it. Investing your money, paying yourself first. It sounds corny because we've heard it out there. People have marketed that, but pay yourself first. It's true. Like, how much can you do? How much can you do? Can you do 10% of what you make set aside to put into the investing game? 20%? You're talking, that's getting difficult. More than that, 40%, man, you are trying to do something. You are stacking, and you are going to explode at some point, depending on how long you can keep that up. Me, I'm doing 20%. Like that's what I can do. But you've got to have investment capital to get into the games that will help you, unless you want to wait a longer period of time. You can wait and then finally get into a rental, play the game right, leverage the property, find a decent deal. You can get in relatively cheap, but you got to have something. You got to have you should have 20 grand, 40 grand, 100 grand. It sounds crazy to some people probably, but depends. I watched a video the other day, and they were talking about immigrants and people that come in and they work every hour that they can just to save money so that something can change. I mean, this is going along with the same thing I'm talking about. Like, they sacrificed to level up their family. They had to. That was their duty. But, we get up a little further and we're comfortable and we don't think like that anymore. But you really should. Like, you need to be protected. You need to, and another guy I like to listen to, I'm not dropping any names today, so, he wrote a book, Sell or Be Sold. And, learning sales, knowing sales is extremely important, because it is true. There is selling and commerce happening on a level never been seen before in the country, the way things are being shipped around. You need to take advantage of that. You need to look at what's really happening out there, and you can see those answers. But what are you going to do? You're trying to get into something you can do on the side to accelerate your path to getting physical real estate. So there are some videos out there I'm just stumbling on as I do mind maps, is retail arbitrage. That is the term, I believe it is. I mean, I just stumbled on it, and they're talking about, scanner apps that you can walk into stores and scan items that, are hot sellers, and you find a deal on them, particular stores that these people visit, set themselves up a retail business in that manner. That sounds interesting to me. I mean, they're hustling. They just got to find the deals and they can make the sale. And sending all their stuff bulk to Amazon. Send these items in big packages, and they take it all, and someone buys Prime, and gets shipped from Amazon because they collected the packages. So that makes sense. Why not what is your piece of the Amazon game? You should get some. Just don't be a consumer. Get your piece, and then you always got eBay. I mean, you need to get on and learn how to do these things. If you're like me, your problem is, man, where's my team at? I can't do all this by myself. Man, I need people working for a common goal, and that's to make some money, to make some moves, but we need something low enough in value that we can turn